Day 9 of reading until I beat the illiteracy allegations. I think it's day 9. Okay. Today we're reading Frog and Toad. All right.
Oh, classic.
Frog and Toad are friends. Frog ran up the path to Toad's house. He knocked on the front door. There was no answer. Toad, Toad, shouted Frog. Wake up! It is spring! Blah, said a voice from inside the house. Toad, Toad, cried Frog. The sun is shining, the snow is melting. Wake up! I am not here, said the voice. Frog walked into the house. It was dark. All the shutters were closed. Toad, where are you? Called Frog. Go away, said the voice from a corner of the room. Toad was lying in bed. Depression. He had pulled all the covers over his head. Frog pushed Toad out of bed. He pushed him out of the house and onto the front porch. Toad blinked in the bright sun. Help, said Toad. I cannot see anything.
Get out of here.
Don't be silly, said Frog. What you see is the clear, warm light of April, and it means that we can begin a whole new year together, Toad. Think of it, said Frog. We will skip through the meadows and run through the woods and swim in the river. In the evenings, we will sit right here on this front porch and count the stars. You can count them, Frog, said Toad. I will be too tired. I'm going back to bed. Toad went back into the house. He got into the bed and pulled the covers over his head again. But Toad, cried Frog, you will miss all the fun. Listen, Frog, said Toad. How long have I been asleep? You have been asleep since November, said Frog. Well then, said Toad, a little more sleep will not hurt me. Come back again and wake me up at about 1/2 May. Good night, Frog.
I get it.
But Toad, said Frog, I will be lonely until then. Toad did not answer. He had fallen asleep. Frog looked at Toad's calendar. The November page was still on top. Frog tore off the November page. He tore off the December page and the January page and the February page and the March page. He came to the April page. Frog tore off the April page too.
Oh my god.
Then Frog ran back to Toad's bed. Toad, Toad, wake up! It's May now! Sneaky little frog. What? Said Toad. Can it be May so soon? Yes, said Frog. Look at your calendar. Toad looked at the calendar. The May page was on top. Why, it is May, said Toad as he climbed out of bed. Then he and Frog ran outside to see how the world was looking in the spring. The end.
Would you do that to me?
Yes, definitely. Is this the end of the story? Is this a
That's it.
continuation?
There's a lot of stories in it. If you
Oh,
explore,
hold
so
on.
if you want to read more.
Oh, well, I guess there's still more. How long are these books?
They're just short little stories.
Oh. All right. This one is titled The Story. The other one was Spring. One day in summer, Frog was not feeling well. Toad said, Frog, you're looking quite green. But I always look green, said Frog. I am a frog. Today you look very green, even for a frog, said Toad. Get into my bed and rest. Toad made Frog a cup of hot tea. Frog drank the tea, and then he said, Tell me a story while I am resting. What a goof.
That's so fun.
All right, said Toad. Let me think of a story to tell you. Toad thought and thought, but he could not think of a story to tell Frog. I will go out on the front porch and walk up and down, said Toad. Perhaps that will help me to think of a story. Toad walked up and down the porch for a long time, but he could not think of a story to tell Frog. Avan's calling me. I think she might be trying to call you.
Oh, sorry.
Then Toad
Hello?
went into the house and stood on his
bye.
head. Why are you standing on your head? Asked Frog. I hope that if I stand on my head, it will help me to think of a story, said Toad. Toad stood on his head for a long time, but he could not think of a story to tell Frog. Just make something up, Toad.
Hold on, I'm on a mission.
What's happening?
My dad's coming up.
Arnold! Let me help you. Okay, bye guys, emergency.